Rejection, often seen as a wall that blocks our progress, is nothing more than an illusion that we choose to believe. It is not an end, but a beginning. Rejection, in its raw form, reveals the truth, both about ourselves and the path we walk. As true practitioners of Stoicism, we understand that rejection is a tool, a mirror reflecting our inner world, testing our virtues of self-control, fortitude, and reason. We must understand that rejection is not an attack on our being, but a catalyst for growth. It strips us bare of illusions and, if we allow it, reveals our inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is how rejection operates in our lives. It is not a barrier. It is the very path we must walk. 1. Rejection as a teacher of self-control. Rejection confronts us with our emotions, frustration, anger, disappointment. But what if we saw it as an opportunity to practice control over these emotions as Epictetus taught? It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance. In moments of rejection, we are not victims, we are students. We train ourselves to detach from external events and focus on mastering our inner state. The rejection itself is powerless. Only our reaction has power. 2. Fortitude in the face of setbacks. Rejection will either break you or make you unbreakable. The Stoics believed in the power of fortitude, the courage to endure what is difficult without being diminished by it. Seneca reminds us, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. When rejection hits, we endure. We hold fast to our integrity, our purpose, and our vision, knowing that endurance leads to wisdom. 3. Rejection reveals the path to mastery. We all desire mastery, but the path to it is often hidden behind failures. Rejection serves as a guide, pointing to areas where we need to refine ourselves. As we confront each failure, we begin to see rejection not as a judgment on our worth, but as an opportunity for excellence. We become sharper, more resilient, more prepared. As Epictetus said, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. 4. Freedom from external validation. To be rejected is to be freed from the shackles of seeking approval from others. True freedom lies in being indifferent to what others think, relying instead on our own judgment and principles. Stoicism teaches us to value only what is within our control. If rejection comes from another's opinion, it has no bearing on our value. Marcus Aurelius tells us, we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Rejection liberates us from this trap. 5. Rejection strengthens our inner virtue. The Stoics valued virtue above all, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Rejection forces us to practice these virtues, often in their most demanding form. When we face rejection, we are challenged to be wise enough to see its lessons, courageous enough to endure it, and temperate enough not to be swayed by the emotions it stirs. Through rejection, we purify ourselves, becoming more virtuous in the process. 6. The power of perception. Reframing rejection. What if rejection is not what it seems? What if it is a gift wrapped in hardship? Stoicism teaches us to examine our perceptions. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Rejection is simply a label. We can choose to see it as a step toward success, a trial that strengthens us, or as a minor setback. The way we perceive it is within our control. 7. Rejection forges the unbreakable spirit. With each rejection, we become more durable. Each failure is a step toward indifference to external forces. We become unshakable. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. By mastering our reactions to rejection, we become invincible. Our spirit is no longer tied to outcomes, but to our internal strength. We rise again and again, regardless of external circumstances. 8. The virtue of accepting rejection. Finally, the Stoic accepts rejection with grace, recognizing it as a natural part of life. We do not cling to outcomes or force events to unfold in our favor. As Seneca said, fate leads the willing and drags along the unwilling. Rejection is part of the flow of life. We accept it, learn from it, and continue our journey without resistance. In acceptance, we find peace.